There are a number of openings already in the Power Four at the head coaching position, but I think that this upcoming, um, well, let me restart. I think that this upcoming fall, not this upcoming fall, I think that this upcoming offseason will have the most head coaching turnover in that we've seen in a very long time. Right now, we already have four openings: Florida, Penn State, UCLA, and Virginia Tech. I believe that we may have upwards of five more in addition to that. So we may have double digit or at least close to it head coaching openings at the Power Four level by the time this is done. And where else should we start other than at Florida State? I think that Mike Norvell's done. I think that he is not going to stay there at Florida State. His press conferences right now are out of control. He doesn't seem to be controlling the team, and he did not really pick his staff well. And it's a very inconsistent team. He's a very inconsistent head coach. I mean, when it comes to play calling, when it comes to scheming up, when it comes to just overall, went 10-2, went 2-10, well 12-0, and then 2-10 last year, and now this year started out 3-0 and has dropped the last four. And I do think that he's just a really inconsistent head coach, and they need someone that's consistent to bring him in. And I'm not really going to speculate in this video what these guys could bring in because they haven't actually fired them yet. But I'm just saying that I think that it's inevitable that Mike Norvell will be fired at Florida State. And then at Auburn, at Hugh Freeze, I think that this is also pretty inevitable as well. Really, he has done a good job in roster construction, but he whiffed at quarterback twice in a row with Peyton Thorne, and now where it seems to be that he whiffed with Jackson Arnold. Excuse me. But I do think that bears a lot of significance. He doesn't seem to really want it bad enough, aka you guys know what I'm talking about. I could make a reference to him playing golf, but I'm not going to. But in any case, I think that Auburn should be in looking for a better head coach. They could hire a really good head coach. They could be a top tier program. They have a good amount of NIL, war chest money, and I think that they're a team with enough tradition to where they can really succeed if they have the right head coach. And this roster is ready to win. This roster was ready to win this year. This year was the breakout year for Auburn. They were supposed to win 8, 9, 10 games this year, but it doesn't look that way anymore. As this year, as we can see, obviously they beat Baylor close in a close game, won their two cupcakes, and then has lost four straight games in the SEC. And I honestly, do I think that they'll even beat Arkansas? Probably not. Kentucky, they'll beat them because Kentucky's terrible this year, and they'll probably lose to Vanderbilt and Alabama to end the year. So you're looking at 7 losses, 6 or 7 losses for Auburn this season, and in year three that can't happen. So I think Hugh Freeze will be fired in of this coming year. And just a name to watch is Brian Kelly. Do I think that he'll be fired? No. Should he be fired? I think so. Because of the fact that he's underperformed every year he's been there. LSU is a tier one program in terms of NIL. They're a lot like Florida. They have limitless NIL. They have the best facilities in college football, pretty much. The best, everything you can name, LSU pretty much has is in that top three. So I think that Brian Kelly really has underperformed here by not making a college football playoff, and he's whiffed at quarterback a couple times. Well, this year, in fact, he's whiffed at quarterback with Garrett Nussmeier. I was on the Garrett Nussmeier. I was selling his stock as fast as I could this past offseason. Not many people took me seriously for it, and now he is one of the worst starting quarterbacks in the SEC. Um, Look, they lost to Ole Miss and Vanderbilt, and those games never seemed like they were winnable for LSU, and I watched a good portion of both. It just never seemed like LSU was going out there trying to win. They were out there trying not to lose instead of trying to win. And I think that that is really how Brian Kelly coaches. That's his coaching style is trying not to lose instead of trying to win. And I mean, it doesn't get any better from here as they play Texas A&M this weekend and Alabama and then Oklahoma to end the year. So they could very much end up with 5 losses this year, and I'm being pretty serious about that. So it's a name to look out for. Will they fire him? Probably he hasn't been fired yet, is Luke Fickell, because it is a total train wreck here for the Wisconsin Badgers. It has not been good. They have lost 5 straight games, 4 of which have been in the Big Ten. They have not scored a point in 3 weeks. They could not score a point against Iowa. They could not score a point against Ohio State. The last points they scored was at Michigan in garbage time. And I mean, you look at their point totals. They have I can count them right now. They have only scored 44 total points this year. Well, that's not well. I was reading that wrong, but you guys get that point. They have not scored hardly enough points at all. Yes, you could say that that points to, the quarterback getting hurt or this or that or the other thing. But really, it's a coaching thing. And Wisconsin is not intimidating to play anymore, as you can see here at the Big Ten standings. They are dead last. They're 2-5 overall, and they're about to lose at Oregon, lose at Indiana, lose versus Illinois, and they could possibly beat Washington at home, possibly, maybe, but I doubt it. And then they'll probably lose to Minnesota. They're going to end up now 2-10, 0-9 in the Big Ten. So I think that he will be fired, although I'm shocked that they haven't already. And the last one here is Greg Schiano. I'll be quick with this one. His main strength has been defense, and his defense is terrible now. And it's not very good. And their offense wasn't very good to begin with. And, they've just been a middling team. But I do think that Rutgers will end up really. I think they'll end up firing Greg Schiano. I know we've been through this whole charade with Greg Schiano before, and they love him. But if they want to really get somewhat competitive, I think that they should go and fire Greg Schiano. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.